Welcome to Unapologetically You, an authentic journey to healing. This is the podcast that dives deep into the raw, real, and transformative process of embracing your true self. Join Jennie and Ashley as they share stories, insights, and practical wisdom, plus more than a few laughs and tears from their own lives so you can heal, grow, and live unapologetically. Whether you're on your own healing journey or simply seeking inspiration, this space is all about you embracing authenticity without fear or shame. It's time to make a move from a relationship to a relationship. Now, here are your hosts, Jennie and Ashley, who are proud to take this worthy journey right alongside you and are truly happy you're here.
Jennie. Sure.
So we're back.
We're back. A little casual today. It's been a minute since we recorded a show. So we're back.
What's been really coming up lately is transparency.
Okay.
In a relationship,
All right.
transparency is important.
It is.
I feel like it's important to be able to really say your wants, your needs, being able to show your vulnerable side. It's not easy, but I think it's important, especially as a relationship continues.
Yeah.
How do you feel about transparency in a relationship when it comes to social media and when it comes to phones? You feel the boundaries are?
Well, I think it depends on the stage of the relationship, right? Whether you're exclusive or not, how long you've been together. And then I think you have that discussion. And when you say transparency, you mean like sharing passwords. I can get into your phone if I wanted to. Is that what you're meaning? Like being able,
where you feel that you have full access to each other's stuff. So, right, whether it's emails, social media, phones.
Well, let me ask you this. Riddle me this, Jennie. If it has to become a discussion that you don't have access and that you want access, then I think that goes back to there's a level of trust that's not there. And there's a level of fear or wonder or concern that your partner could be doing something. Because for me, if I'm with someone and I'm exclusive with them and we've been together, I don't even think it's a conversation. You can have access. It's open access.
Right.
So if you picked my phone up, I wouldn't think twice about it. But if we actually had to have the conversation and I was saying something, could you unlock your phone? Then that means there's something that I'm wondering about.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
So I feel it's a trust thing.
How were your relationships in that regard in the past?
Well, not because I'm hiding something, but I think it is also very important a respect of privacy. And it's a little bit of your independence too. Again, it's full access. I don't think it has to be said. If someone I was dating picked up my phone and went through it, the only reason why I'd feel a certain way about it is I think it relates to trust. And I'm having conversations with my friends about girl things or whatever that I don't want you to see.
Right.
Or maybe I don't feel like I can confide in the person I'm with and I'm confiding in that's not your business. Yes, we are one in a relationship, but we're also individuals. And I think you have to respect boundaries. And if that is an issue for someone in a relationship, then I think that's a you thing that you have to figure out why it's an issue. My phone's always open and you have access, but it would kind of offend me if you started going through my shit.
I wouldn't care if somebody had the password to my phone, the password to my social media, email. And that's been. Obviously, yeah. I've had that.
Yeah.
With people I was with, they had access to all of those things.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. If they were just going through all of my things for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Now, it's different because this has happened, obviously, sitting there. Well, my phone has a password, right?
Yeah.
So let's say my phone's sitting there. The guy I'm with picks up my phone, puts the password in because he was looking something up. With a specific reason to do that, I wouldn't think anything of it. If he does that and starts going through my phone just for the sake of going through my phone, I would feel like, what you're saying. I would feel like, is there a reason? Do you not trust me? But if there was a reason he had picked up my phone and looked up something, because that has happened in the past, then that's different.
Yeah. And I think if you're entering into a relationship and you start first, if it's why you're dating someone and you're not actually in a relationship, you have no business being in anyone's stuff.
Oh, I agree. We're talking like exclusive relationship.
And even in that aspect, if someone demanded of me, well, we're together now, I want your passwords to everything. Like, that's a hard fucking no for me. I'd be like, well, first of all, the way you approached me is not okay.
That's different. Email, phone. It wasn't it just happened, right? It was just that progression into like our relationship just becoming deeper. So by default, one day it came up, but it wasn't a discussion as in like, I'm going to need all your passwords.
Now that we're together.
Right. It was just it just fell into that just because time, like in us being together for a good bit of time.
I get why it's probably more, we were just talking about this a little bit ago. Things are different now. There is more access to people. There's more social media. There's more, you got to worry about people like, dropping in your DMs or messaging. But again, that always goes back to trust. You have to trust the person that you're with, that even if there's somebody messaging them that like they're not responding back or they're not entertaining that.
Right. A hard boundary and say, hey, I'm with somebody.
Yeah. So you have to have that trust. And again, I always say, if you're already wondering, because there's clarity with the person that you're meant to be with.
Yes,
there is
I agree.
Trust with the person you're meant to be with. And if that's not there, again, that is maybe something within yourself that's not healed, or that's your intuition being like, something's
I
off
agree.
here.
So right, that would be your time to sit with that and see first, where is this coming from? Is it a me thing, or am I really picking up on something? I have a client. She has been with her boyfriend, and they're both on social media. Mm-hmm. And she said he is very guarded when it comes to his social media messaging. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the one day she had said to him, hey, now, we've been together for a while. We're talking marriage. That's what. So she had told him, we've been together for a while. We're talking marriage. I think we should have access to each other's social media. And she said it was a hard no for him. He said, no, you just need to trust me. Now, that did not sit right with me. I will be honest with you.
Let's be real.
I mean, when she was telling me that, and I am not a possessive or a jealous person, but when she told me that, I instantly, like, my body instantly was like, oh.
Because she already knows, too. That's your intuition.
No.
That's your thing. She knows is why she's asking.
And I'm not one to tell her whether he should allow her access or not. The only thing I said, and I'm saying this to anybody listening, I said to her, if that is something that is important to you, and he can't even do that, I said, and he can't do that to bring you that level of comfort, then that's a problem.
Well, because that's the thing. If yours back, we are 100% accountable and control of how we act, how we feel, and what's going on, right? Like external things do not determine that. There is something within inside of her that's really uncomfortable and that she's questioning. And that, I swear, is your intuition. There is a reason why you feel that way. And his response only confirms that. And I will bet me later when it comes out that I'm correct. Something's hidden in there. And maybe it's nothing sexual, and maybe it's nothing that there's like this seeing someone, but there are conversations.
So where's the boundary with transparency, right? And I said,
I'm right.
If you are planning on marrying this guy and you are already feeling that he's hiding something from you, then this is something that really does need to be discussed, number one. Yeah. And if it's something that's important to you and he gave you such a hard no on it, that right there speaks volumes.
Yep. Full accountability and transparency in relationships really should be. And this is where communication goes left, and this is where you have issues. Say what you want to say.
Right.
You don't want access to his Facebook. You think he's doing something. So say that. I have a feeling that there is something going on, and I have an uncomfortable feeling, and I have a distrust. I need to see.
But somebody came to me and approached me. So let's say, my boyfriend comes to me and says, hey, I'm feeling uncomfortable because I think you've been doing something on social media. I would then hand my phone over and be like, here, you can see I'm not doing anything.
100%.
That would be my way to reassure him.
Yes.
Now, it's those boundaries. But if it was, every now and again, like, hey, I'm feeling kind of off about this, why would the other person not reassure the person they're with and say, here, just so you know, I don't know what's going on with you, but there's nothing going on.
Because they're doing something.
Right.
This is not like we will try and convince ourselves of every other situation of why they're hiding it, why they're whatever.
Because we don't want to face the truth.
Because we don't. So let's just be very real. Say exactly what you're feeling and why you need to see it. And then listen to how that person responds. And that's your answer.
And I had told her, so, me being married and in a marriage, our phones were out. Now, again, we weren't going through each other's phones, but at any time, we had each other's passwords,
correct,
email, social media. There was nothing hidden in that relationship. And especially when you're talking marriage, that is exactly, you should have full transparency. That's what I was just going to say. Even in my past relationships that were real serious, it just is. It's not something where you sit down and you have to discuss.
Yeah.
It just happens. You have the discussion if it's something that's bothering you.
Yeah.
Typically, though, it's something that just unfolds and the transparency just happens, and it's not something usually you have to think about.
Yeah.
And then she said that he's kind of always keeping his phone hidden.
Oh, man. Come on. I hope she listens. I'm going to first, your intuition is screaming that something's off. Second, his response should tell you all you need to know. Third, why would you marry someone that you don't trust? And
let's go back. How you said, it depends what stage of the relationship. If you are early dating, if you've only been dating a couple months, then I would have said to this woman, whoa, that's kind of, you're overstepping. Yeah. You don't know this person. They need space and privacy. And as the relationship has gotten deeper, though,
I think about past relationships I was into. It's weird because the moment you start to feel something, you kind of want to deny it, and you're like, "No,
you always want to deny it."
Yeah, and so you'll try and again, ask the real question. She should have said it has nothing to do. I think we're going to be married, so we should have access. No, it's not that. You think you're feeling something, so say that. Be like, something's off. I know it, and I really want to have this discussion, and I would like you to just fucking say it. What? If you say, prove me wrong on it, and he really then pushes back on that too, that's your answer.
Exactly. If you are going to marry this guy, you need to be comfortable to tell him when you are feeling uncomfortable and then see how he reacts. She's not giving him, though, the space to react because she's trying to fill in the blanks and make up a story in her head. And that is the worst because I have learned if I'm thinking something or I'm feeling off, I'm bringing it, because if not, then I am going to start making, you don't want me making up stories.
I'll tell a whole soap opera. Mm-hmm. But you know what's right? What I was initially thinking usually ends up being right, because that is our intuition saying something is up.
You have to get comfortable with stating the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And giving that person space to be able to see how they are going to handle it when you come to them and say, hey, this is why I'm uncomfortable.
And at the end of the day, you're in control of yourself. If you want to accept that response back, if she wants to accept the response back, that's a hard no, and that's not going to happen. The feelings of wondering are not going to go away. Your distrust is probably going to grow even more. But if you choose to accept that, then choose to accept it and move forward.
Right.
Or leave.
Well, and in a relationship, typically, transparency only gets more, right? A relationship becomes more open as things
you start
deepen.
To become more yourself.
And that's in so many ways transparency starts to deepen, right?
Yes, in every
If you
aspect.
see it's going the opposite and it's becoming more secretive, that's a problem.
That's the red flag.
It shouldn't be going the opposite way.
I agree. That your relationship should evolve in the sense of the relationship that you have with your friends. You can tell your friends anything. You could be your genuine self. If you can't have that connection with the person you're with, and that's when they say you should be friends first.
Right.
If you don't have that, I don't know. And again, through experience, I've learned that. You know what I mean?
Of course, me too.
Shit, that's a real thing. And I have done I was dating someone once, my girl's father. creepy little guy. I swear to God. Like, he was always doing some shit. He had different Facebook pages, but he was always out in the bars. He was always talking to people. People were always messaging him. I wanted access to his Facebook, not because we were living together. It's because I knew people were messaging him. Right. I knew it, and I wanted to see it.
Right.
And
did he give you access?
Yeah, because he's fun. And women were messaging him, and I was right about it. I'm like, yeah, this shit. So now I'm like, well, now we have a shared Facebook, so we can both get the messages. I had a feeling. I was just very blunt about why I wanted it.
Right.
And I was correct.
So but the question is, was he messaging them back?
Yeah, but not in a bad way. And that was, I guess he's, he has Peter Pan syndrome. He never grew up. I think he thought it was still inappropriate.
It is inappropriate. Yeah.
So it was and that's what I had to explain. Like, this isn't, like, you don't have, like, when you're in a relationship and you're living with someone, you don't get to just message girls on social media anymore. It's like, it's disrespectful at this point.
Don't be in a relationship.
Or don't be in a relationship.
So boundaries. What are the boundaries, do you feel, when you are with somebody?
Conversation. Can girls have guy friends and can guys have girlfriends? And usually 90% of the time that's a no. And let's just be very honest. I have had guy friends that have maintained my friends, but yeah, I slept with them at some point. Like, it's not there. There's not feelings anymore. And it's totally cool. And we figured that out. I'm just not comfortable with it. You got to respect it. Right. Because that is, if they're fine with it, and it is that, like, it shouldn't be having these conversations that I guess exclude your partner. So if it's that message of, hey, we're all going out, do you guys want to go? Right. I think that's fine. Right. Because it's open to everybody. Right. But there is a boundary. So you're saying if it's something you couldn't show your partner, or if it's something you couldn't be open about, then you're doing something wrong. Correct. And have that conversation and see what boundaries makes your partner feel. And I don't think that that's taking away from independence. And I don't think that I think that's an important conversation to have. You need to know where that line's drawn. And because sometimes, two people in a relationship have different views of where that line is drawn. Yeah. And you don't know past history people have had with that. So you have to understand that and then have a mutual respect for it and then figure out how, that goes forward. And if your partner wants to know what those conversations are in that aspect, yeah, you better be sharing. I agree. Yeah. Because you just... If you're committed, there would be no reason why you wouldn't share with the person if it's something innocent. Yeah. And I think everything comes back down to that. If you are committed to that person and everything that you're doing, whether it's social media, whether it's friends of the opposite sex, whatever it is, if you're doing nothing wrong, you have nothing to hide. You're the person approaching someone on sharing something. Be real with yourself of why you're asking. Do you have a bad feeling? Do you not trust this person? Or are you controlling? I don't need to be going through my shit all the time. I wouldn't like never cared if I was in a committed relationship with somebody and they had access to my stuff. But I would have cared if, like, they were abusing that privilege. Because it is a privilege. Right. I would care if they were, like, literally going through my messages with my friends and things. I'd think that's like, what are you doing? Right. Yeah. Well, then that to me is extremely controlling behavior. That takes it to a whole nother level. Yes. Almost like I'm controlling what you're doing, who you're talking with, that's like a whole nother level of. And here's I have a friend, and she was talking to this guy, and they had been friends. They worked together. They had been friends for a really long time, and they would be flirting. And then it escalated to the point of, like, physical stuff, and there's feelings there. And then all of a sudden she asked, "Are you still seeing that girl?" He's like, "Yeah." What? And she's like, "What are you talking about? Like, why didn't you say anything?" He goes, "Well, you didn't ask." There you go. Make sure you ask. Sir, if that had access to her, like, I wonder what their phone situation was, because they were messaging. So I wonder what the girlfriend's access to that phone was. I'm going to say not very, very little. Well, that's what I mean. I don't. So, but I wonder if she had feeling. I wonder if she had but it's like, I wonder what that situation, that would have been an exact situation of if she had asked, or if there was open access and picked it up, what his reaction would have been. I'm going to assume,
Now I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know. Got very defensive. But then there's her answer too.
And that's what it comes back to. If someone is weird about their phone.
If my boyfriend picked up my phone right now, I wouldn't get weird. I wouldn't get defensive.
Exactly. Tell me an instance where I'd be wrong, because we already addressed the privacy thing and the whatever. And so tell me an instance where it would be wrong, that anyone should be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Oh my God, don't grab my phone. Like, it's usually something you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm friends with my kids' fathers, but they're also my kids' fathers. Now, am I friends with my exes that I don't have children with? No.
To wrap this up, follow your instincts.
Yeah.
I'm with Ashley on if there is something you're feeling uncomfortable about, you need to have the uncomfortable conversation and just say it. Say exactly what it is. Call it out. Then see the person's response. Give them space, though, to respond.
Yeah. Because you don't know, again, what's going through there, what past traumas there are. Again, at first, I might be thrown back while somebody's asking me that. I might need a minute. But then I want to understand why. Like, is this a you thing, or did I do something to make you feel? Like, you got to have the conversation. You got to be truthful, and you got to understand why you're asking, and the other person has to be receptive of that.
And over time, if you are in a committed relationship, it should become more transparent, not less. If you start to see over time it's becoming less, that is a sign, and that's definitely time to have a conversation.
Yeah. Or exit. Exit left. Just saying.
And always be yourself. And I feel like the truth will always set you free. Yeah. Even if it's something you do not want to see, do not want to hear, remember it is always there. The truth is always there to serve you.
Yeah. And if you want to hide from that, if you want to be in denial about that, you're choosing to accept then the situation that you're in.
That's right.
So.
Bye.
All right. Bye,
Till
guys.
next time.
Till next time.
If you have a story you'd like to share, or if there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover on the podcast, we'd love to hear your ideas.
Get in touch with us through email or our social media pages. Links below.